saga of the great Hudson's Bay Fur Company and of the brave men who traveled the untrekked wilderness from Labrador to California, from Minnesota to Alaska. Starring Barry Nelson as Jonathan Banner, Hudson's Bay Man. With George Tobias as Pierre Falcone.
Good season.
None better, yeah.
Yes, sir, Johnny. Me and Harris got the best partnership north of Grand Portage.
Why, that dirty, sneaking Norwester. Get away from my woman.
Break it up, boy. I won't have nobody pushing my men around.
One of your men who started it, Coach.
I'm gonna finish it, too.
Get him out of here. Let him cool off.
Take him outside. There'll be other times.
Well, you stopped that one quick.
Let's hope it stays stopped.
I'll leave him where he is, Johnny. You're too soft with these Nor'westers.
Aren't you forgetting, McGraw, that there are guests for one night?
Yeah, what I'm not forgetting is the trouble they give us the rest of the year.
Oh, come on, let's get going.
Well, all right, come on, get up. Up you come.
like Bill Martin's knife, all right.
Yeah, with his initials burned in the handle.
Well, somebody could have stolen it from among the others. But
I was on my way back to the camp when I heard about it. Harris. Was it Martin?
all we know is that it was Martin's knife.
It must have been him.
All right, come along, Bruce. We'll go get him.
Hold it. Looks as though Martin might have done it, but I'm not going to stand for any lynching parties.
Now, nobody said anything about a lynching, Mr. Carson. I have authority as magistrate of this territory, and your man will get a fair trial.
Fair trial. The way you think toward the Northwest Company
You
man?
have my promise, Carson. Martin's going to have every chance to clear himself.
I'll make a deal with you, Banner. Martin's probably up at our camp right now. I'll talk with him. If he doesn't give me a fair story, I'll turn him into you in the morning.
Morning. We're not waiting till morning.
No, I'll take Carson's word for what he
You
says.
better. Because if you go after him tonight and start shooting without asking questions, you're gonna have to fight all of us.
It's all right, Carson. Pick up your guns and knives.
Now, wait a minute. You're letting Martin get away.
I agree with Johnny. Harris was like a brother to me, and I want to see his murderer hanged, but even a Northwester's got a right to a fair trial.
I look everywhere, Johnny, but poof, she vanished.
Little Dove, what did you expect? No Indian, male or female, is going to get dragged into a white man's killing if they can help it. Probably gone back to her people.
Maybe so. We'll see if we can find her in the morning.
Well, she act like she don't know anything.
Anyway, we'll try to talk to her again.
Well, if you like to waste your time.
There's a Northwester camp over there.
They do not light the fires of welcome.
Oh, they won't cover for Martin any more than we would. They don't want to deliberately hide a killer either.
Oh, they are good, honest men, eh?
No, mostly.
Well, we don't bother them then. Eh?
No, well, you won't bother them. We'll just ask them a few questions.
He ain't here.
Where is he?
I don't know.
You mean he run away?
All I know is he wasn't here when we got back last night and his horse is gone.
Doesn't look good, Carson.
But don't mean he did it.
No, but he's sure making it look as if he did.
Mighty big country, Johnny, to find one man.
Unless he'd do what I do if I weren't guilty.
When I was a little boy, I had much pleasure in riddles. But now I like only the answers.
The answer is I'd try to find the only possible witness who might be able to clear me.
I do not know white man called Martin.
Did any other white man come to find Little Dove?
No. Do not know Little Dove.
But she is a Cree from your own tribe.
When Cree woman goes to white man, she belongs to no tribe.
A man has been killed, Running Wolf. Now, if you know where Little Dove is, tell us. She might be able to help us find the murderer.
Cree does not walk between white men's quarrels.
I didn't do it.
Why'd you run away?
What chance would I have of a fair trial with Hudson's Bay men, especially that McGraw? And I don't knife people in the back. I didn't even know he was dead until I was told. So help me, I wasn't within 5 miles of the post when it happened. After the brawl, I got sick. The rum doesn't agree with me. And then I left and rode out.
Alone? Anybody see you leave the post?
I guess not.
Well, then it's your word unsupported by witnesses. I have to take you in, Martin.
Order, order. Do you expect this tribunal to believe you were started to run away and changed your mind and were coming back?
It's true. I decided the Indian girl might know something she hadn't told.
Still, when you saw Banner and Pierre, you tried to get away from them.
I got panicky.
The jury has heard the prisoner's statement. Are you ready to pass judgment?
All right.
It looks bad, McGraw, but nobody saw him throw the knife. We ought to find the Indian girl before you call for a verdict.
No, Banner. You know Indians. Harris was her man, all she had in the world. Why, if she knew who'd killed him, she'd want revenge, and she'd have told us.
Suppose she knew, but she was afraid to say, and suppose that's the reason why she disappeared so fast.
That's just guesswork, Banner.
Well, maybe so. But we shouldn't overlook anything.
Gentlemen of the jury, Harris was killed by the prisoner's knife. Now, we all heard him threaten Asa. He was trying to get away when he was caught. Now, these are the facts against him. For him, we have only his statement that he's innocent. Now, you may retire and consider the verdict.
What's it to consider? He's guilty, eh, boys?
Yeah, order, order. This is a magistrate's court, and I'm running it.
We just got word you caught Martin. We're going in, keep an eye on the trial.
It's over, Carson.
That quick? You promised me you get a full and fair hearing.
Well, there's still one chance.
When do they hang him?
Usual time, sunset. But look, Carson, if you ride into town, there's going to be shooting. And a lot of men are going to be killed.
They ain't gonna hang Martin until they proved he's guilty, and proved it good.
Johnny and me are for him. We think he is innocent. Johnny tried to tell you. He have an idea. Maybe we save Martin.
Yeah, maybe. Come on.
Here.
like my bright idea wasn't so bright after all.
Johnny, maybe you are wrong, but you are right.
That makes sense.
You see, it is like I say. She couldn't go back to her own people, so she must come here to where Harry sleeps.
Maybe she must, but she didn't. I better get back to town, try to head up massacre.
Hey, that's funny. We'll leave necklace laying around.
Little Dove, we know you're here. We won't harm you. You take her back. I want to ride into camp.
You got something in mind, McGraw?
You've got eyes.
Yeah. And guns.
Martin had a fair trial.
Banner thinks he's innocent.
Well, the jury didn't. Neither do the rest of us.
You ain't gonna hang him, McGraw.
Not till sunset.
We'll see about that, McGraw. At sunset.
Banner just likes getting on the wrong side, don't he? Wait.
Hold him there.
It wasn't Martin.
Who was it?
One of our men. I'll arrest him for the murder if you boys have no objection to letting me.
Let go.
Bruce, I'm putting you under arrest for the murder of Asa Harris.
Yeah? On what evidence?
Pierre's bringing the evidence in.
If she says I did it, then she's lying.
Is she lying about the presents she has with her? The ones you gave her? Trying to take her away from Harris? All right. Cut him down.
Johnny, about Bruce, do you think they...
Well, most likely, but he'll have a fair trial before the chief magistrate.
I can't help to think about Little Dove. She lose her man, the man who want to steal her. And now she is an outcast from her own tribe.
I wouldn't let it worry me too much, Pierre.
You mean maybe Martin?
I mean, pretty much Martin.